My name is Ronald McDongle, and I was born to be a clown. Unfortunately though, someone picked the clown role at the start of the round, so that shit ain't available. But I can be the next best thing, which is a chef. I'm sure that'll be just as creatively fulfilling. Howdy, I say to my first ever customer. As a new chef, this low stakes introduction to cooking is gonna be vital for me. It'll give me time to explore the kitchen and get familiar with my tools. Second customer arrives. It's a goddamn lunch rush. At this point, I'm already considering murder-suicide, but there's still a small chance they're not even here for food, so I figure I'd hear them out. I got an order for ya. Fuck. He wants a pie. That's perfect. I don't even know how to fill a cup with water, but I'm sure a pie can't be much more complex than that. Meanwhile, Toby Macklemore won't stop ringing my bell. Someone just ran off the bell. Right off the bat, I'm in fight or flight. I just clumsily try to throw together a hamburger, but fail miserably. Can't figure out how to make a bun. These guys are still just waiting on me. They're standing there waiting. It's been minutes at this point, and I'm starting to really freak the fuck out. And I also have a third customer who showed up, and they all started vibrating really crazily. A clown jingles by in the hallway. That should be me. But instead, I'm trying to figure out how to make bread dough by mixing water and flour. I made a muddy flour mixture that I don't even think you can do anything with. How's it going? Says Toby Macklemore. Not great, friend. Might kill myself. Toby gives me a hug and asks if everything's okay. Nope. I respond and begin stabbing myself in the face with my chef's knife. Chef, come on. Sorry. This be too hard. I felt really bad at this point for letting everyone down. I couldn't swing it in the kitchen though. I lasted about 2 minutes. Now how the hell am I gonna get my pie? I can take a stab at it, says Toby Macklemore. That's all they care about, these hungry customers. They only want their food. They don't care how much someone has to suffer in order to get it to them. They climb over into my kitchen, which they should not be doing. They didn't wash their hands, and they start dragging me to the hospital. The doctors were fortunately able to save my miserable life, so now I'm able to get right back to work. Hooray. I went to the head of personnel where they would be able to change my job. Hopefully something's available that's a little more my speed, like flower picker or bug. Next! Hey, I quit, I say, and slam down my ID badge. I need a job change. What would you like instead, he asks me. Something low effort, like a guy who just hangs out. He takes kind of an uncomfortably long time looking on his computer. I feel as if there's not really many jobs that fit that description. Maybe a dog petter, I suggest. How does research sound, he says. Sounds like work. And just as I'm in the middle of telling him that, guy takes his bell and then places it back down, unsure of the reasoning. Maybe he tried to ring it and he picked it up. He's the same guy that took my bell earlier, isn't he? You think he was also trying to ring it? And better question, what did he do with it? Why did he take my bell? I'll make you into a lawyer then. That way, if people want to talk to you while you hang out, they would need to pay you for your time. There'd be no training I gotta do? Nope. So, I'm a lawyer with no formal education, and what do lawyers need? Clients, obviously. And where do clients live? Inside the criminal records computer in the police booth. So, needless to say, I'm breaking in there, and I'm gonna find some criminals who need representation. Busted out my crowbar and tried crawling across the desk and prying open the little slidey window, but it wouldn't freaking budge. Looks like their sliding glass tech is pretty advanced. We did not have that type of thing at the kitchen whenever I worked there. If you recall, they just easily hopped the counter. What are you people doing in here? Says Cliff Pliskin, the security guard.
Just chillin',
Says Jane, this person I met only moments ago. Hanging out, says I, Ronald McDongle. Hanging out, I.
Yeah.
In the tunnels, I.
Yeah.
But in actuality, I was looking for a screwdriver and wire cutters so I could unscrew the panel on the door to the security room and cut all of the wires inside it, thus powering it down and allowing access to that computer. Stumbling around in the dark, I managed to find a locked freezer, and I shut myself inside that and tried to lock it. Don't know what my game plan was there. Well, if that would have actually worked. After finding both of my required items, I headed back to the door, where I unscrewed the panel, and using my barber scissors, I began to cut my hair. The scissors don't work on wires apparently. So after some more searching, I finally found the wire cutters. And with that, I could finally start snipping the wires. Ah! After my near-death experience, I just kind of laid there for a little while. Admittedly, I tried a couple more times after that, but the same result. If this is what being a lawyer is like, maybe it's just not for me. So I decided it was time for another job change. Wait a second. I know what I can do. I need in there. I need that mask. Enter stage right. 2 janitors named Willy and Nilly. They've got the access I need. Oi guys, I say, in my signature Scottish accent that I'm really regretting giving this character. I have a proposition for ye. They let me into their janitor's office / looks like living quarters. And I tell them I want to become a clown. And when filtered through the Scottish accent the game gives you, it corrects to hunky. So I just basically tell these guys I want to become a white guy. So to clear up confusion, I point at the clown mask.
A hunky, you say? Ah, that sounds fun. You can be whatever you put your mind to.
With the support of these janitors, I put on my clown mask and entered the next era of my life. How do I look? I say, knowing damn well how good I look.
Tell us a joke. Let's see what you got.
Alright, here's a joke. I say in my thick Scottish accent and look around for something funny.
Take your time. You got this.
Maybe some slapstick?
That works.
So I picked up a mop and dumped it in the water and immediate regret washes over me. Feel like I kind of blew my first ever joke as a clown. And then I got my first ever laugh. The vibe was immaculate. Everyone was loving my joke. My big mop slapping joke. Big round of applause happenings for me. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go be funny now, I tell them.
Don't you forget us when you get famous.
I won't. He's still got a bloody face from where I smacked him with that mop. Next step, get a fit together. I steal some rubber gloves, some little janitor gloves. Whoa, pair of handcuffs? Now that I looked like a textbook clown, I started trying to unlock and pry open this door from inside this dark maintenance tunnel until someone opened it for me, and I waved at them. They must be so excited to have a clown hand-delivered to them through a dark and creepy maintenance tunnel. And as I emerged, they started backing up in a kind of terrified of me way. You are spooky, they tell me. Whoa, how? I'm a hunky. And I start chasing them down the hallway and they scream in excitement. I finally found my calling. Flash forward, unknown amount of time. I find this giant purple puddle of sharks and mysterious liquid. Welcome to the pool, they tell me. As you can see, we have a lot of amenities. That's not amenity at all, that's a shark. So I was a little confused, but I definitely wanted one. We start going through the adoption process, which involved me stepping forward into the pink goo, setting my entire body ablaze in a fireball. Then they splashed whatever's in their flask on me, and that doused the flames. And I got myself a free shark. That is one more mouth to feed, but it's okay, we can eat in shifts. Maybe I'll get a meal and then he gets a meal. We're wandering around, hanging out, and what do I see? Gorilla in the hallway. My life's a fucking movie. A horror movie. I shut myself in this purple crate along with my shark, and we wait for the gorillas to pass. Whoa! These gorillas were like freaking the fuck out. Everyone was trying to get away from them, screaming in pain and terror. What the heck is going on? At this point, I'm terrified to leave my crate because there's a gorilla just camping me. A person approaches my crate. This is my chance. They open the crate. Boo! I say, but they've already shut the crate and left. Seems kind of wild to me because that's comedy 101 right there, but no worries. Hello. New target acquired. A crowd has started to gather. 2 guys and 1 gorilla. And then being the benevolent clown that I am, I'd offer them a free joke as a little sample of what's to come. But unfortunately, my joke didn't work out. I don't know what I was trying to do here. I think I was just trying to slap my shark or something. But I panicked and ran away and tried to kill myself by flushing myself down the garbage chute. This is what I wanted so bad, that to be a clown? This sucks. All the things I'm doing, no one's laughing at. I'm just being weird. It spit me out beside the conveyor belt, and I didn't get sucked into the shredder, so the miserable show must go on, I suppose. I was wandering around and thinking of new and depressing thoughts that I've never had before when I came across a crate full to the brim of clown-type items. I don't know where they came from, maybe from that clown that just passed by right there, I don't know. But then I thought back to my original joke. That's when it hit me. Physical comedy. People love slapstick. I hit this guy with a squeaky hammer, and he says, ow. What? I say, what's wrong? See, this is a little bit of a joke because the joke is that I'm pretending that I wasn't the one who just hit him with this squeaky hammer.
You think I play around, funny man?
He says, that was me.
Yeah?
Nay. Guards! I start calling for the guards, another classic joke. I performed my hammer hitting people on the head joke over and over and over, and I killed every time. I just was terrorizing everyone, and it was so equally funny every single time I was doing it. I was laughing. I dug back into the treasure box and found a rubber chicken and the biggest damn shoes I've ever seen in my life. There's an option to butcher them, which leads me to believe these things are alive. I don't think you can butcher inanimate things, can you? Anyway, I opted to wear them on my feet like a normal person, and the look is just really coming together. I look like a real clown right now. Feel like one too. Started beating the shit out of this guy's dead dog he was dragging around.
Really?
He says, what? I say. Typical fashion for this joke. This joke always has the same punchline.
You just hit a dead dog with a hammer.
That was not me. I did not do anything. He be profiling me, I say.
Okay, sure, pal.
He says. Starts to run away, boom, hit him again.
Dude!
Keep in mind here, the point of the joke is to make them think that I'm not the one doing it. So I keep the punchline exactly the same. I double and triple down. If you're gonna attempt this joke on your own, like in one of your own comedy routines, don't let them know that you're the one doing it with the hammer. Okay, this is the only way the punchline works. I've tested it. It doesn't work any other way. Anyway, so he leaves his dog unattended for one moment and I swoop in and steal the thing. As a comedy genius, I can just sense that there's a joke to be had here and I'm gonna need the dog. Toby Macklemore. Oh, he was my second ever customer when I worked at the kitchen. You guys remember that? Hate his ass. He says his friend's been having a really hard shift and needs something to cheer her up. Oh, my comedy sense was so correct. I knew I stole this dog for a reason. I start closed fist hitting the dog in front of his friend in order to like do some sort of joke here. But his friend was so not into it. Didn't even say anything. I think I just weirded him out, which makes perfect sense because do you remember what I said earlier about the whole hitting people with the hammer joke?
If you're gonna attempt this joke on your own, don't let them know that you're the one doing it with the hammer, okay?
So I think my real problem was saying watch this and then hitting the dog. I should have been like, I should have just hit the dog and then said, what? Who did that? Or something. I'll work on it. Taking my dog on a walk and guess who comes walking up out of the hallway? Willy and Nilly. My sweet little, whatever they are.
Hi, Ronald.
I told them, me honky life has been amazing and it's all thanks to you. Give him one friendly little bop with my hammer. There was no malintent there. And then Biff Boofington, dog stealing extraordinaire, comes walking up trying to take my dog back.
Dude.
I hit my dog with the little hammer just to piss him off, and I began spreading this information. He be trying to take me dog. I say, Willy and Nilly, they're sweet little souls, they think it's some joke. Thank goodness security heard my screams. I start gaslighting and clown bossing, and Boof tells some dumb lie about trying to bury this dog, and I just start screaming help and crime and pointing at Boof over and over.
Leave his dog alone.
What is crime you doing? Is must telling.
He's the one doing the crime.
Says Boof the unbelievable. Nay, says me. Is true? Nay, says me. Nay. I start crying and say nay and point at Biff. This goes on and on for a little bit, and when I don't really have anything to back up my lie, I finally resort to just using those handcuffs I stole earlier to put them on Biff. Figured if I just start acting like a cop, maybe that it would convince the security guard that I am actually on the force. Oh, is in cuff. Is must be crime, and he arrests him.
No, stop. It was the clown.
Spoilers, dude. I'm not even finished with that book yet, but whatever. Oh, now I can be the lawyer. Now I can be the lawyer. Using my law degree that I didn't have to get, I basically took all my clothes off and will now be representing Biff Boofington in a case about his mistreatment by the law enforcement. But that case will not be happening because they just released him and said he did no crime. And also he saw right through my disguise and started asking for the dog back again. This one, I say and point at the only dead dog in the room. Come on, laddie, fetch. I throw the ball, but he just lays there.
I'm taking my dog.
What? I start crying. Me dog. I collapse on the ground. Me baby laddie. I'm over it. Back on my bullshit. Spreading comedy. The clown, says one of my fans.
Grab him.
Says a detective. I think I might have misunderstood. What? 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 I clarify. What?
You're coming with me.
Says Detective Binky. Why?
We have some questions.
Curious. Chef PDA, lawyer ID, and clown attire. You'll recall that there's a perfectly logical explanation for all of this, but to them this probably seems pretty suspicious. Flash forward in the interrogation room. I'm crying my ass off.
It's time you start talking.
Says Detective Binky. What do you want to know?
What did you want with those two janitors?
He asks, referring to Willy and Nilly. How do you know them? They be me friends. Friends, huh?
Well, I got some bad news.
He throws a cigarette down.
One of your friends is dead.
What?
Shot in this very spot for not cooperating.
Oh shit.
So you best cooperate.
He pounds the table and picks up my shark. He starts spanking my shark.
What do you know about Candles, the clown?
They must think all clowns know each other, which seems a little racist to me. I imagine Candles is that other clown that I keep seeing around, which means he's probably done something pretty bad, and Willy and Nilly the janitors are somehow involved. I'm not sure. You're saying you don't know the other clowns in your department? The truth is starting to come out. I'm a lawyer pretending to be a clown and skipping work, which means if they find this out, I might get in trouble. And you're wearing chemist's clothes, they say. That's because my outfit is a mishmash of random clothes that I found around the space station. It's a DIY clown outfit. What are you? He hits me. What are you? Cliff Pliskin pokes his head on the door and says, this guy wants to apply for a job. He has superpowers. And then I'm teleported away from the location I just was. See? Superpowers, says Fent Jones. The meeting resumed.
Tell me, clown, you ever heard the word calamity?
We're teleported again.
Motherfucker!
I've apprehended the criminal, says Fent. My first day is going great.
We already had him. Stop doing magic.
I can't control it, it just happens, he says. I don't know what's going on with Fent. Someone will probably know in the comments, but anyway, he fell over and started expanding rapidly, growing in size. Panic spread through the police station. We started trying to run and escape, but there was nowhere to go. Fent was... What happened? It teleported me. I thought he was gonna explode. Oh my gosh, I think that's him. I think that's a remnant of him. What in the fuck? So Candles the clown is causing trouble, and because Willy and Nilly got interrogated and I'm the only clown they know, the cops think that I'm involved somehow and I'm causing trouble out there. They've yet to see the trouble I can cause. Next round, I managed to snag the clown roll, which means I've got a whole arsenal of stuff to use to claws chaos, clown style. I've got a clown recorder, which lets me play a laugh track for those moments where people don't quite get how funny I'm being. I find Toby Macklemore and give him a big fat hug. Ronald, he says. Hi, that's all it takes. Bah! I send him into a laughing fit. And to finish him off, I use my ultimate. Honk my clown horn 2 times. Ha 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 ha, he says. I got him eating out of the palm of my hand. cut to trying over and over to get into the captain's quarters. Don't know why I'm even doing this. I'm doing literally whatever I feel like at this point. Captain notices me and comes out to investigate. I give him my award-winning smile. He say, and goes back to whatever it was the captain does. Unknown amount of time later, in the maintenance tunnels, searching through random crates that I've found, I come across a combat knife, and needless to say, I take that for an upcoming joke idea. "Hi," says Gary Roberts Jr. "Can I have some of your blood?" he asks me. "For what?" I say. "I want it." I'm convinced. He draws some of my blood, and then we inject it into a different guy. No idea what became of this guy, but I suspect it ended in death. While being distracted for one moment, I realized that some janitor is trying to clean up my mural that I had painted on the ground. What be ye doing? I say.
Cleaning.
They say, "Me art?"
Me freaking job, dude.
"Do I see what I have in my hand?" I say, and I brandish that knife that I found earlier.
Be that a knife?
"I will fucking kill ye."
This be me job, lad.
"This me job. Me job art?" I say.
Me job clean.
I give one little stab to show them that I mean business. Then they follow suit with their mop. "Can I do this to me? How will I feed my family?" "What about that?" I say, and point at some other ugly art that's not quite as impressive as mine. "How about I make other messes for ya to clean? And we leave my art alone."
Listen, lad. If I get a call from the boss, this shite be coming down. But I'll leave it for now.
"You can say I told him it was okay," I say. "He knows me," I lie. Now, with me having fought off one wave of janitors, I just have to stay here for the rest of my life to ensure that no one else tries to clean up my art. I've been hit by a banana cream pie. Then they creep up and start feeding me something. It's a cockroach. Classic joke. I find it quite hilarious. And the janitor comes and tries to start cleaning me art! Nay! I scream to ward him off. I think this is the guy that got some of my blood in him, so I'm trying to control him with my mind right now. Slip and fall in the water. Trip and fall again. To make sure no one has any incidents near my art, I move the wet floor sign to the puddle so that everyone can tell where the location. Slip and fall again. Drop my crayon all over the ground. Someone with authority comes up and says, "Make sure this station is good and clean. Except the art," I remind him and point to said art. "We have guests coming, very particular guests. They won't appreciate this art. CENTCOM officials, whoever the fuck that. They're doing a prisoner transport," he tells me. "They'll have to kill me before I let you clean this." He narrows his eyes behind his glasses. I stand there, funnily. "This be priceless art. I'm trying to sell it. If you buy it from me, you can clean it up. I want this whole station clean. You can leave the art for now." I wanted to subtly brainwash these guests we're having by placing a welcome sign down at the front of the station. That way they'll be primed and ready for a more complex art piece when they get deeper into the station and they see what I've been working on. So I went back to my original art location and it was gone. Someone cleaned it up when they saw that I had left my post. "Wasn't me, I promise," said Gary. "I was getting beers." And I believe him. I collapse and start wallowing around over towards the location of a bush. But then Gary offers me a beer. And that makes me feel better for a little bit, and then I get back to rolling. I use my clown's intuition to let it guide me wherever it may. And eventually I come across Willy and Nilly.
Hello. Hello.
"Worst day of my life just happened," I tell them, and roll over face down into a little pond and start drowning.
Can you breathe like that?
"I don't know, I'm not a doctor," says Gary, who then does things only a doctor should be doing by continuing his clown blood experiment. He draws some of my blood and injects it into himself, but he does not handle the blood well. He throws up and collapses, falling asleep immediately. As I'm dying, I see Toby Macklemore work in the kitchen. God, I hate Toby Macklemore. They buried me in the location that my art used to be, and there I remained until I was exhumed. I didn't really die. I just found this coffin and thought I would be depressed inside it for a while. And as I was laying there doing just that, along comes that first janitor who tried to clean up my art.
Oi,
They say,
asshole.
"Oh God, here we go again."
I know you took me cart. Get the hell out of there.
Can you see I'm mourning? I say.
So be I. Mid-janitor cart be gone. So I cleaned up your art.
What? So this lady thinks I stole her janitor cart for some damn reason, and I'm just struggling to figure out the logical leap they had to make to jump to that conclusion.
You threatened me with a knife?
There it is. I did one little knife threat, and now I'm the one responsible for anything that goes wrong on this station. It's a fake knife, I say, and slash my arm open. Oh! It's not a fake knife. It's real. What the hell be going on, I say. I roll back into my coffin and shut the door.
You okay in there, honky?
Great. Jumps to conclusions and racist. Not a good look. I honk my clown horn sadly. I didn't go to honky school to be treated this way. Look at me diploma, I say and slap it on the ground. It's a blank page that I've just stamped the word clown onto, which is more of a certificate than I had as a lawyer, strangely enough. We had kind of a heart-to-heart. Kind of. They didn't really apologize for erasing my art at all. They just kind of went through exactly what I went through, to be honest with you. They were saying their life is over, and they have no reason to live without their cart because all their janitor supplies were on it, and they put the knife down and told me to just kill them. But I said no. We must live. And then immediately we get a good omen. I get some mail delivered to me. How exciting. I never get mail. People are clapping and cheering. This be the best day of me life. At this point, I've already completely forgotten about this lady and her struggles. I crack open my fresh letter and...
Stop.
If you're reading this letter...
You're already cursed.
I'm sorry to do this to you, but I have to warn you about...
The ghost of the bloody lizard.
It all started when I too got a letter in the mail. It was a scary image of a lizard plushie with bloody eyes staring right at me. The letter said I was cursed, and if I didn't send this letter to 30 people within 30 days, then the blood lizard would come in the middle of the night and kill me. I'm sorry, but you're one of the 30 people I have to send this letter to, and now you're cursed too. Please send this letter to 30 other people to stop. I ate the piece of mail, and then I just continued about my day as if nothing happened. I developed a new strategy of fucking with people where I close the coffin on them as I walk by. Hey, clown. Oops, I say. Accident. You better watch yourself. I put on a disguise and then captured the same guy with my coffin method, and he broke out immediately. Oops, accident. Ah! I got pretty good at stealing people with my coffin. I even used the coffin on a professional level. I actually got hired to take a body to the med bay with the coffin. So there's a career path there with like coffin delivery if this clown shit ever falls through. After a little while, I was roaming around and heard this strange beeping sound coming from this office. What is that beeping? Ooh. At the time, I had no idea what happened, but knowing now what I know, I think it was those prisoners. You remember when the guy said, "We gotta clean this place up. CENTCOM is coming and they're bringing prisoners." Yeah, well, apparently those prisoners are not too good at guys because they've been placing these little bombs on the station, these tiny little bombs.
How long?
From my point of view, I had no idea this happened. You can just see there's a ever so slight bump in my camera movement, and we just went along playing. I had the mime with me. We planned on scaring somebody by letting them jump out and scream at them out of the coffin. As time goes on, I start seeing more and more people panicking about some shit, which makes me believe that we're probably about to be executed. Central Command has a habit of sending a death squad to terminate everybody when things start going bad. So I decide I'm gonna be a hero and try and save the first person I see, and of course it ends up being Toby Macklemore. Oh, I hate him. I hate him so much because of when he was ringing my bell over and over. Then he confesses his love for me. Ugh. Why is he being so likable? And then I noticed he had 2 lizard plushies. He had them earlier too when I kidnapped him with my coffin. If I would have noticed, I never would have picked him up. Because, do you remember? It was a scary image of a lizard plushie with bloody eyes staring right at me. Please send this letter to 30 other people to stop the curse. The chain letter. I didn't send it to 30 people. I ate it. Could these lizard plushies be a warning of what's to come? Is the ghost of the bloody lizard coming for me? We quickly ran to the escape shuttles and tried to figure out how the hell to fly them. No idea how this works though. I don't even think we're on the escape shuttle. This looks like some sort of exhaust port. And then laser beams shooting at us. A figure approaches. Green tail. It's the ghost of the bloody lizard. I start avoiding the lasers like crazy. They're missing me over and over. I'm making an absolute fool of them. And then I'm strucken down. From underneath my bleeding out body, I hear Toby Macklemore. Ronald? Are you alive, Ronald? Ronald, man. Wake up, man. Your body just saved my fucking life, man. My fat-ass clown body. I'm a hero. Absorbed all the laser bullets while Toby Macklemore just laid on his belly on the ground. I'll never forget your sacrifice, he tells me, and leaves me to die. I don't know what became of old Toby, but I wish it would have been him that died and not me, because I fucking hate that guy.